What the actual fuck? Okay, what I was talking about was PlayStation just announced their new controller for the PS5. Yeah, it was exactly what I thought. Take the very sleek looking DualShock 4 and do this. This is definitely a thing. I'm not crazy about it. That is apparently the PS5 controller. That looks terrible. Absolutely terrible. It looks very uncomfortable. Your hands fit around this absolutely perfectly, especially with the paddles. The paddles are perfect. But that just looks abysmal. That looks abysmal. Okay, I know this is not exactly what people came here for, but we've reached an exciting milestone with PlayStation 5 as we're starting to ship our new controller and its final design to developers who are implementing its unique features into their games. But first, we wanted everyone in the PlayStation community to get a first look at the Dualsense wireless controller and hear our vision for how the new controller will captivate more of your senses as you interact with virtual worlds and PS5 games. The features of Dualsense, along with PS5's Tempest 3D audio tech, will deliver a new feeling of immersion to players. When the poor PS4 launched in 2013, 7 years ago, the DualShock 4 wireless controller garnered a lot of positive feedback from gamers and developers for being the best PlayStation controller yet, and it fucking is. I would rather use this than any other controller on the market. Any other controller. And for introducing forward-looking features like the shared button, yeah. Let's brought up the next question. After much thoughtful consideration, we decided to keep what gamers love about the DualShock 4 intact, while also adding new functionality and refining the design. It looks like a boomerang. How is that refining it? Ew, you made the touchpad the size of my fucking dick. What the fuck? That thing is huge. Look at that. That thing is huge. Now look at that. That thing is nowhere near the size of that. It's huge. No! Oh my god. Well, after much thoughtful consideration, we decided to keep much of what the gamers love about the DualShock 4 intact, while also adding new functionality and refining the design. Based on our discussions with developers, we concluded that the sense of touch within gameplay, much like audio, hasn't been a big focus for many games. It doesn't need to be a big focus! What the fuck? We had a great opportunity with the PS5 to innovate by offering game creators the ability to explore how they can heighten that feeling of immersion through our new controller. This is why we adopted haptic feedback, which adds a variety of powerful sensations you'll feel when you play, such as the slow grittiness of driving a car through the mud. We also incorporated adaptive triggers into L2 and R2, so you can truly feel the tension of your accents. Yeah, but how is that going to affect the already terrible battery life of this thing? Get the fuck out of here. This thing lasts like 5 hours, maybe. It lasts even less now that I've had it for several years. PlayStation 5 has a new controller. And that new controller is this, Retro. I know you can barely see that. Fuck this. Hang on. I'll copy and paste the link into fucking Twitch chat where y'all can read along with me if you want. There we go. Where was I? This provided us with an exciting challenge to design a new controller that builds off of the current generation while taking into account the new features we are adding. For example, with adaptive triggers, we had to consider how the components would fit into the hardware without giving it a bulky feeling. Yeah, good job on that one. Yeah, it looks like the original PS3's controller with that boomerang looking ass. I do not like this controller. This is simplistic perfection. This is the best controller on the market, in my opinion. You will not get better than this. This is absolute perfection. And they just said, nope, I don't want it. Just... You have perfection in your hand, and you just like throw it at the fucking wall. I see you. Okay, I agree. The touchpad and the light are not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the feel of the controller. Like, it fits in my hands absolutely perfectly. I hate the Xbox controllers. This feels so fucking weird to me. I do not like the stick placements. I don't like that. I don't like anything about the Xbox controller. The Xbox controller is garbage. Like, literally, fucking garbage. I haven't played with the Pro controller for the Switch, but I'm looking forward to it. And I was so not done. Our design team worked closely with our hardware engineers to place the triggers and actuators. The designers were then able to draw the lines of how the exterior of the controller would look and feel, with the challenge of making the controller feel smaller than it really looks. In the end, we changed the angle of the hand triggers and also made some subtle upgrades to the grips. We also took thoughtful consideration into ways to maintain a strong battery life for its rechargeable battery, and to lessen the weight of the controller as much as possible as new features were added. For the buttons, you'll notice there is no longer a share button, as we had with the DualShock 4. Don't worry, it's not going away. In fact, we've built upon the success of our industry first share button. Yeah, you had to put that industry first in there, didn't you, bud? Got to level 39 on Siege on PC. Nice, good job. With the new Create button, we're once again pioneering new ways for players to create epic gameplay content. We'll have more details on that. No! No, 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 no. Oh, God, no. The new controller will have a built-in microphone array, which will enable players to easily chat with friends without a headset. Ideal for jumping into a conversation, but of course, if you are planning to chat for a longer period of time, it's good to have a headset handy. Nope. Now let's talk about the colors. Traditionally, I'm sorry this is taking so damn long, but could you imagine the headset? Yeah, I very much agree. Like it, yeah. As you can see, we went with a different direction this time around and decided on a two-tone design, also known as garbage. What is wrong with the simple colors? Simple colors. Red, black, white, gold, silver. Simple colors. Get the fuck out of here with this two-tone shit. Additionally, we changed the position of the light bar that will give it an extra pop. So the light bar is still there. Fantastic. Oh, great. Fantastic. I love this. The light bar, that thing, is now right here on the sides of the touchpad. Yeah, I agree. In all, we went through several hundred concepts and mock-ups over the last few years before we settled on this final design. Dualsense has been tested. I don't even like the name Dualsense. Like, DualShock has been a thing for literally every generation of PlayStation. Dude. I mean, there's already that PlayStation. I can say PlayStation and it'll pop up something. Like, that's already there. Like, it's nothing like big. But I can say PlayStation, go home, and it'll go to the home screen. Or PlayStation, go to settings, and it'll go to settings. They won't do it now because I'm streaming. But it does do it. And apparently it is still looking forward to launching in 2020. So I'm very much not okay with this controller. This controller looks bad. Nobody. Sony. Here's a nightlight. Anyway. New game. New game plus. Death March. On. Continue.